Fighting with the swords, gone. Playing with the brain, on. Let's play Giraffe Chess Hattrick League Season 3.
International Giraffe Chess Federation presents Hattrick League Season 3 between 10 Proddatur teams. Hello everyone, welcome to India's new 68 squad Giraffe Chess Academy Proddatur, and welcome to the live telecast of no draws, no resigns, only win or lose in just 70 moves Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us watch Hattrick League 38th match between Proddatur Rhinos team versus Proddatur Panthers team. Each team consists of 3 players. Whoever team all-outs opponent all 3 players in the match is the winners. Let us see the toss at the center of the court.
Take is the call from Proddatur Panthers. Heads. Toss won by the Proddatur Rhinos. So you have option to play first game black side or white side. Proddatur Rhinos, they won the toss and elected to play first game on white side.
And in toss, Proddatur Rhinos team won the toss and opted to play on white side. And here is the both teams lineup. For Proddatur Panthers team, Akhileshwar is the opener and Naga Vignesh is the second player, and Sujan comes to play as third player. And for Proddatur Rhinos team, Charan Tej is the opener and Ganesh is the second player, and Mohit comes to play as third player. Let us watch first game of the match between Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Charan Tej versus Proddatur Panthers team opening player Akhileshwar Reddy. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Let us watch. Let us move on to the court. Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Charan Tej is ready to play on white side. Let us see on other side of the court. Proddatur Panthers team opening player Akhileshwar Reddy is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 1 of the match. Black side player Akhileshwar is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 1 started.
Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, queen to f3, knight to h6, pawn to d4, pawn capture pawn at d4, bishop capture knight at h6, pawn capture bishop at h6, bishop to c4, queen to e7, giraffe to d3, giraffe to c6, giraffe captured giraffe at c6, knight captured giraffe at c6, knight to h3, knight to e5, queen to f4, knight capture bishop at c4, queen to f5, pawn to d6, queen to d5, pawn to a6, queen capture knight at c4, queen capture pawn to e4 and check to white king, king to d1, queen to g4 and check to white king, pawn to f3, queen capture pawn at g2, rook to e1 and check to black king, bishop to e6, queen capture pawn to c7, queen capture pawn at f3 and check to white king, rook to e2, pawn to b5, knight to f2, pawn to d5, queen to c6 and check to black king, king to d9, queen capture rook at a8, bishop to g7, queen to b7 and check to black king, king to e8, knight to d3, queen to f1 and check to white king, rook to e1, queen to f3 and check to white king, king to d2, pawn to h5, knight to c5, pawn to f5, rook capture bishop at e6 and check to black king, king to f, king to f8, queen to c8 and check to black king, king to f7, queen to d7 and check to black king, king to g8, rook to e8 and check to black king, bishop to f8, queen to e6 and check to black king, king to g7, queen to e5 and check to black king, king to g6, knight to a3, queen to f2 and check to white king, king to d3, queen to f3 and check to white king, giraffe to e3, king to g5, rook to g1 and check to black king, king to h6, queen to e6 and check to black king,
And now
giraffe
we can
to
see
f6.
Charantes immediately captured
Queen
giraffe
captured
at
giraffe at
f6
f6
and
and
set
check
check
to
to
black
black
king,
king. It is not
and it's
only
a checkmate.
it is a checkmate win to Charantes. What a superb checkmate win to Charantes. Akhileshwar out. Proddatur Panthers team lost the first player. And with this win, Charantes won the first game and still need 2 more wins to do Hattrick and become Hattrick hero of today's great match. Now, Let us watch second game of the match between Proddatur Panthers team second player Naga Vignesh versus Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Charan Tej. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do Hattrick and who will be the Hattrick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Charan Tej already won the first game and now playing for winning second game. Let us watch what will happen. Let us move on to the court. Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Charan Tej is ready to play on black side. Let us see on other side of the court. British Scholar awardee Proddatur Panthers team second player Naga Vignesh is ready to play on white side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 2 of the match. Black side player Charan Tej is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 2 started.
Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, knight to f3, queen to f6, pawn to g5 illegal, queen to e6 illegal, pawn to g4, bishop to c5, pawn to g5, queen to b6, queen to e2, giraffe to e6, giraffe to c3, queen to c6, queen to d1, giraffe capture knight at f3, giraffe capture giraffe at f3, queen capture pawn at e4 and check to white king, queen to e2, queen to h4, queen capture pawn at e5 and check to black king, bishop to e7, bishop to g2, knight to c6, queen Queen capture pawn at g7. Bishop to c5. King to e2. Knight to d4 and check to white king. King to d3. Pawn to d6. Rook to e1 and check to black king. Bishop to e6. Giraffe capture bishop at e6. Pawn capture giraffe at e6. Bishop capture pawn at b7. Rook to b8. Bishop to g2. Queen capture pawn at h2. Queen capture pawn at c7. Queen capture bishop at g2. Pawn to a3. Bishop to b6. Queen to c4. Pawn to d5. Queen to a4 and check to black king. King to f8. Giraffe captured bishop at b6. Knight to f3. Rook captured pawn at e6. Queen to f1 and check to white king. King to c3. Rook to c8 and check to white king. King to b3. Pawn capture giraffe at b6. Queen to b4 and check to black king. Rook to c5. Queen capture pawn at b6. Rook to b5 and check to white king. Queen capture rook at b5. Queen capture queen at b5 and check to white king. King to c3.
Now Chirantej immediately moved his
Queen
queen
to
to
c4 and check to
c4
white
and
king,
set
and it's
check
a
to white
checkmate.
king. It is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Chirantej. What a superb checkmate win to Chirantej. And Naga Vignesh out. Proddatur Panthers team lost the second player. And with this win, Chirantej won continuously 2 games and still need one more win to do Hattrick and become Hattrick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch third game of the match between Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Chirantej versus Proddatur Panthers team last player Sujan Kumar Reddy. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Chirantej already won continuously 2 games and now playing for winning third game for doing hat-trick. Let us see what will happen. Let us move on to the court. Proddatur Rhinos team opening player Chirantej is ready to play on right side. Let us see on other side of the court. One-time hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Panthers team last player Sujan Kumar Reddy is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 3 of the match. Black side player Sujan is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock.
Pawn to
Game
e4,
3
pawn to
started.
e6. Queen to f3. Pawn to e5. Bishop to c4. Giraffe to e6. Queen to e3. Giraffe to d6. Queen to e2. Pawn to b5. Bishop to b3. Knight to a6. giraffe to f3, pawn to c5, bishop to b5, rook to b8, giraffe capture giraffe at a6, pawn capture giraffe at e6, bishop to c6 and check to black king, king to e9, bishop capture pawn at b5, knight to c7, pawn to a4, pawn to a6, bishop to c4, knight to f6, giraffe to e3, knight capture pawn at e4, giraffe capture giraffe at d6 and check to black king, knight capture pawn at f2 is illegal, queen capture giraffe at d6, queen capture knight at e4, bishop to b7, queen to d3, queen capture queen at d3, bishop capture queen at d3, bishop capture pawn at g2, pawn to f3, bishop capture rook at h1, knight to c3, knight to d5, knight capture knight at d5, pawn capture knight at d5, bishop to e2, pawn to e4, knight to h3, bishop capture pawn at f3, bishop capture bishop at f3, pawn capture bishop at f3, pawn to d3, rook to e8 and check to white king, king to d2, pawn to g6, bishop to b0, bishop to h6, king to c3, pawn to d4, king to c4, pawn to g5, rook to f1, pawn to g4, knight to f2, bishop to f4, knight capture pawn at g4, pawn to f2, rook capture pawn at f2, bishop to g5, rook capture pawn at f7, rook to f8, rook to g7, king to d8, rook capture bishop at g5, king to e7, knight to f6, rook capture knight at f6, king capture pawn at c5, rook to c8 and check to white king, king to d5, pawn to h6, rook to e5 and check to black king, king to f7, bishop to h4, rook to d8 and check to white king, king to e4, rook to e6, bishop capture rook at d8, rook capture rook at e5 and check to white king, king capture rook at e5, king to g7, king to d6, king to f5, king to e7, king to f4.
Now we can see Charantes is just one step away to win by crowning. Yes, he moved his king to e9 and won the game by crowning. What a superb crowning win to Charantes. And Proddatur Panthers team all out. Sujan, last player out. Proddatur Panthers team all out, and they lost the match. And with this win, Charantes won continuously 3 games and did superb hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. And this is his debut hat-trick. And congratulations, debut hat-trick hero Charantes.
Hello everyone. Just now, match between Proddatur Rhinos versus Proddatur Panthers successfully completed. In this, Proddatur Rhinos player Charantes, he did extraordinary hat-trick. Let us take a small interview from the hat-trick hero. I congratulate the hat-trick hero, and here is the cash prize for hat-trick 500 rupees from the IGCF, International Giraffe Chess Federation. Now, on this time occasion, I would like to know secret and what are the best moves. So he did hat-trick in 115 moves against Panthers. In the first game, he played with Akhilesh. He did checkmate in 37 moves. Now, what is the important move that makes you to win that game?
నేను నా 26 మూవ్లో అఖిలేశ్వర్ కింగ్ను నా పవర్స్తో ఇటు జరపకుండా చేసి మరియు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ చేయడంతో అది నా గెలుపుకు కారణమైంది.
Very good. So that is the game winning deciding move. Now let us go for the second game. First game he won by checkmate by out the Akhilesh, and second game Naga Vignesh. He did a hat-trick. Hat-trick. The second game is also checkmate. He won in 30 moves. Very good. Now, could you tell me the first game, that is the reason, and second game, Naga Vignesh, you out the second player with checkmate.
నాగ విఘ్నేష్ తన పవర్స్ను డిఫెన్స్ చేసుకోవడంతో నేను నా పవర్స్ని అతని మీదకి అటాక్ చేయడం వలన నేను గెలవడానికి కారణమయ్యింది.
Very good. So that is the player's opinion. First game he won by checkmate, second game he won by checkmate, and what about the third game? That is while he is on hat-trick, he out third player Sujan by crowning in 48 moves. Let me know what is the secret of winning the third game. Do you feel any tension in the third game? Very good. That is the sportsman without tension. If you play the game, definitely you will win the hat-trick also. So what is the important move?
సుజన్ తన పవర్స్ను ఇటు జరపకుండా మరియు తన పవర్స్ని ఏమీ గమనించకుండా జరపడం వలన నేను గెలవడానికి అతను కారణమయ్యాడు.
Very good. So this is the small interview, very interesting interview. Charantes, who did hat-trick match number 15. So totally he did hat-trick in 115 moves. So congratulations. Finally, I would like to ask you, Charantes, who is the person encouraged you to come and join in Hattrick League?
My mother, Aruna.
So his mother Aruna madam encourages him to participate in this Hattrick League. So my best wishes to your mom who encouraged you to play in Hattrick, and once again congratulations for Hattrick hero. Thank you.
And finally, here is the today's Hattrick hero Charan Tej scorecard. In game 1, he outs Akhilesh by checkmate in 37 moves. In game 2, he outs Naga Vignesh by checkmate in 30 moves. And in game 3, he outs Sujan by crowning in 48 moves. Totally, Charan Tej did hat-trick in 115 moves. Congratulations Charan Tej, Hattrick hero Charan Tej, and all the best for the next matches. And here is the points table of Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us see what are the top 4 teams after finishing off 38 matches. Proddatur Spartans team with 14 points stands on first position. Proddatur Chirutas team with 12 points stands on second position. Proddatur Jaguars team with 10 points stands on third position. Proddatur Kings team with 10 points stands on fourth position. Each team, after playing 9 matches, final points are calculated for the top 4 positions. Top 4 teams only qualify for the final playoffs.